Pakistani generals are a busy lot. After all, running an army, multiple businesses and a country is difficult work, especially when you're officially in charge of just one. There are some common traits in all Pak generals: the usual hawkishness on India, a keen eye for politics, and of course some good connections. Most Pakistani generals spend their career deriding India. They're always at their Prime Minister's ear, feeding them all kinds of anti-India propaganda. This is one reason the relationship is so difficult. The civilian leaders take one step forward, the military pulls them two steps back. But looking at history, we noticed a trend among these generals. When they see retirement on the horizon, they suddenly become wise and rational. No more warmongering or saber-rattling. And we have examples of this. 1965, General Ayub Khan dispatched his minister for India's Republic Day. 1986, General Zia-ul Haq visited India. He was invited by former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. And then we have Parvez Musharraf. In public, he was keen on closer ties with India. And we've compiled some data for you on this. India and Pakistan have held 114 bilateral talks since independence. 114. 52 of them took place between 2003 and 2007. Guess who was ruling Pakistan then? Parvez Musharraf. What does the trend tell you? That Pakistani generals come to power promising fire and fury against India. That's part of the job profile. But closer to retirement, they want to be remembered as statesmen, the ones who tried to forge peace. And we are seeing this happen all over again. The current army chief, General Bajwa, has 18 months left in office. He is already thinking about his legacy, and he doesn't like what he sees, because in Pakistan, a general's legacy is not just about the battlefield. It is linked to the economy, internal politics, even geopolitics, and it's a tough job, which is why most countries have civilian leaders handling it. But Pakistan, we know, is different. During General Bajwa's tenure, Pakistan's economy has taken a beating. They have requested multiple IMF bailouts. The foreign reserves are running out fast, just $13 billion left. And to add insult to injury, the military had to suffer budget cuts. What about politics? It's the same story. A string of failures in Balochistan. The army is overwhelmed. Chinese contractors and Pakistani citizens have come to blows. And there's nothing that General Bajwa can do. Also, don't forget the FATF listing. Pakistan is getting cozy on that grey list. It's been there for 3 years now. No progress has been made. Same with geopolitics. Allies like Saudi Arabia are choosing India over Pakistan. In Afghanistan, the world community has just one message for them: please stay away and let Afghanistan prosper. Now, if you think about it, they're left with one friend, China. But China is more a lender than a friend. And it won't be long before the Chinese loan comes due. General Bajwa knows this. And what does he do? He tries to score a point on India. How? By talking peace. Let me play out this speech from earlier this year, and if you close your eyes, you would be forgiven for thinking that you were listening to a statesman.
We are ready to improve our environment by resolving all our outstanding issues with our neighbors through dialogue in a dignified and peaceful manner. The potential, however, has forever remained hostage to the disputes and issues between two nuclear neighbors. Kashmir dispute is obviously at the heart of this problem. However, we feel that it is time to bury the past and move forward. But for resumption of peaceful process or meaningful dialogue, our neighbor will have to create conducive environment.
It is time to bury the past and move forward. That's what General Bajwa said in March this year. There's no denying that Pakistan's tone towards India has changed in the last few months. There's a growing chorus for talks, and reports in Pakistani media say this chorus is coming from Rawalpindi. The festival of Eid came as the perfect excuse for General Bajwa. Here you see him offering prayers for peace. And he had this to say on Kashmir, I'm quoting again: "It is time to end this human tragedy." Again, strong words, but can we trust them? There are lessons in history. We talked about 3 military generals in the beginning. Yes, they reached out for peace, but they were no friends of India's. It was all about leaving a legacy of peace, good optics. Nothing concrete though. So we should see and take Bajwa's olive branch with some caution. He will retire in 18 months, maybe write a book or give some speeches at universities, but nobody wants to listen to a warmonger. A peace advocate, on the other hand, is good money. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.